All right, Chris, so here we are again. Chris Williams right here in this place to be. What's up? And here's the thing. Right away, I saw you hooting and hollering when you were down on the thing yesterday when you were competing. You were getting the crowd hyped up, weren't you?
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's right. Because if they're here watching, you got to fire you up. You got to feel good.
Yeah.
Where are you at, man? Tell us what you do and where you're from and why you're here and all that. Tell us where you start.
My name is Chris Williams. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I am a chef and restaurant owner of a restaurant called Roy's Grill.
Type of food?
We specialize in barbecue, burgers, cheesesteaks at the restaurant.
Okay.
But as far as like other types of cuisine, I mean, I can do whatever you need as far as catering goes. You know, your only limitation is your imagination, baby.
Sure,
So
that's right.
We can do just about anything. Been doing this all my life, man. Been getting paid to cook almost 30 years.
Right.
I know I might not look like it.
Yeah, you look young.
But I've been getting paid to cook for a long time. My grandfather passed, and I had the opportunity to name the restaurant, so I wanted to name it after him to kind of honor him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's a good name. Good, I like that.
Yeah, I'm also a South Carolina chef ambassador too.
Okay, right on. What does that mean exactly?
Well, that is an honor that once a year they award maybe 3 to 5 chefs every year with the honor of being a South Carolina chef ambassador. And what that really means is we represent our state and we represent the governor at cooking engagements, speaking engagements, cooking demos, you name it, media, press related stuff.
Nice.
Just kind of getting the word out about South Carolina culinary.
So what that means,
chefs,
that must entail that must mean that he knows a lot about the South Carolina traditional cuisine dating back in history. So you got to have some sort of a knowledge of that as well, huh?
I'm not a historian, but like growing up in it, I saw it, I know it, I lived it, I breathed it.
By experience, you are somewhat of a historian.
By experience.
Sure.
I mean, I don't lead with that title. You know what I mean?
Of course but I'm sure there's historians out there that would track you down to get information to keep their historian status going. Finding people like you who are rooted.
Right? Because
the traditions, the actual culinary. Now, when you live there, grow up there, have roots there, and go back there, your palate speaks for that.
It does.
Now you can try and replicate it.
Right.
I can go to Asia and learn Asian food.
Right.
With the best of them. But I didn't grow up in that.
Yeah.
So to have the root of that, to have that part of my blood,
that means something.
It's different, right?
Yeah, that means something.
That's where that comes out of your hands that way.
Yeah, and there is no American history or American food scene or history without South Carolina history and South Carolina food.
Charleston area, that whole area played a big part of that.
That's it.
So anything came through there.
Everything.
Everything came through
Everything,
there. So
man.
without, you said it right. There is no Southern cuisine without South Carolina.
Period. No cuisine, period.
We got drinks coming.
We got drinks coming in. You're drinking. We're not drinking alone, people.
Let's go, baby.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to it. Cooking and booking, baby. Booking them appointments, booking them clients, cooking all day.
The
So
three
let's talk
F's,
about
man.
the competition too, because we're here at the World Food Championships.
Yeah.
You obviously had to get a path to get here.
Yeah.
So what did that look like? Like, where did you do your qualifying for the golden ticket? What category are you in? What did you make? Like, give us all the details.
Well, as far as qualifying, I didn't have to do the qualifying route this year because I competed last year and I got second place in my category.
Nice.
So if you
that
make
automatically brings you in.
Yeah, if you make it to the top 10, you automatically get grandfathered in. So I placed second in sandwich last year. I placed fifth in sandwich the year before. And second place put a bad taste in my mouth, man. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna switch categories altogether.
Okay.
And I switched to rice this year.
Yeah.
So, I didn't make the finals.
Okay.
Which probably tells me I probably should have stuck with sandwich. You know what I mean?
Hey,
but it was a good experience, and I wanted to do rice because I wanted to do something that meant something to me.
Nice.
And that
You making your rice. Your rice looked right.
Yeah,
Tell us
I
the
thought
dish.
it was dope.
No,
Yeah.
no, it looked
what I
great.
mean? Like,
Explain the dish.
the historical content was all there, and I really think if I had the opportunity to really explain conceptually what I did on the plate, it would have made sense. Because to a judge, me just turning in the plate and I got Spanish moss and cotton and okra and all of this stuff on it, like and shrimp, like what the heck, like what, why? But those are things that mean something to me and to my folks and to my history and my heritage. Historically,
representative of where you're from.
Right.
It's indigenous stuff to where you're at.
Exactly. I'm from the Low Country in South Carolina. You know what I mean? And Gullah Geechee is our heritage.
All right.
And that's what's left over from our West African slave ancestors.
Yeah.
They brought that over, and the descendants of those West African slaves were Gullah Geechee. So what that means to eat Gullah or to eat Geechee means to eat what you can catch, eat what's fresh. What can we grow? Living off the land. So we eat a lot of okra. We eat a lot of tomatoes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We eat a lot of game, you know, and rice.
Yeah.
Before this country was growing and profiting off of cotton, tobacco, and indigo, rice was the first cash crop of this country. You know, Charleston, South Carolina is actually called the city that rice built. So that's why I wanted to choose rice, and I actually used Carolina gold rice. That's the rice that my African ancestors actually brought across.
And on top of that, bro, here's to not being a historian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a
Cheers to not
historian.
being a historian, bro.
Just taught us like
Keep on
10
going,
new
though.
things.
Yeah,
Keep on
man,
going.
but
This is
like
great.
Carolina gold rice was brought over here with my African ancestors during the Middle Passage.
Yeah.
They would braid the grains of the Carolina gold rice and the seeds of the okra in their braids so that the slavers wouldn't find it. And when they got here, the ones that made it, fortunately, they would unbraid, unravel the hair, and sow their seeds. So that's how they were able to bring that African grain of rice
get
here.
their food.
You know what I mean? And like
that is such important history.
It was purposeful.
It was purposeful because that is not what you're saying right now is something that we think is so American.
No.
Carolina gold rice. Everybody
you're
thinks
right.
that's American.
No.
People
Nothing
think
is
that's so
American.
American.
That's an original African grain of rice.
So that was brought here and then put down in the ground, and now it's American.
Right.
But it didn't start from America.
No,
and that a lot of Southern cooking was robbed of that.
Yeah.
We can talk about a lot of things, and I'm a huge advocate of this.
I am.
One of the shows I was working on is just that, literally calling out the theft of Southern, especially Black American or soul food cooking that was robbed, and just take it.
Bro.
But it's chefs like you, though, that bring it back to light and educate. So that's why we have this show, The Burnt Hands Perspective, is to cover all avenues of the restaurant industry and all the shit that comes with it.
And I think it's dope what y'all are doing, bro.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate
really
that.
do. I think it's dope, man, because a lot of people don't get to hear those stories, and a lot of people wouldn't have got to hear me say what I just said to you guys.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And we're barely cracking the surface of like what we're really talking about when we're talking about American and Southern culinary. Like we're really just scratching the surface.
And
we just scratched the head off the pimple. The pus ain't even losing out yet.
That's not even coming out the gate. So you have just given us a lot of insight as a historian, right? So you going back to the roots of your cooking, your taste, where you get influence. What influences you when you're cooking or creating, coming up with something for your restaurant, or what's your biggest when you're down in the dumps, when you get a writer's block? What do you want to call it, right? Where do you go find your inspiration to come out of that?
Home. I'm from Bamberg County, South Carolina, a little rural town called Olar. You know what I mean? My subdivision is bigger than my neighborhood, bro.
Wow.
I grew up on a dirt road. We raised chickens, pigs, cows. We grew our own vegetables. So like, when I get in a block and I don't know what to do, bro, I go back home. I think about some of those crops I would help my grandfather sow. I think about some of those fields I helped them plow.
And then puts it on your mouth.
You have the real actual farm roots. Like you grew up with the dirt.
I think about watching my grandmother make them buttermilk biscuits, you know what I'm saying, and fry that chicken in that skillet. Learning the technique, which I didn't know it at the time, but I was learning and living Gullah Geechee heritage in real life. You know what I mean? Like before farm to table was a fad,
that's what
a
I'm
way
saying,
of life,
bro.
and it was a necessity.
It's so refreshing to hear you say this, because it goes back to my thing is, if you cook what you truly lived, your food is you're gonna be famous, if you will, just because you're representing something that no one else can capture.
Right.
A lot of people have eaten, a lot of people have cooked, a lot of people have farmed, a lot of people understand the lifestyle, but not a lot of people know how to put it all together at once.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's what you're doing, and that's what we do. I do the same thing with my Italian area.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of regional stuff. I get inspired. I'm American Italian, so I was born here. My family's all from Italy.
Dope.
I was born American, proudly. But I go to Italy when I need inspiration for different regions for the same reasons. I get the history and all that stuff. And when I go home, I'm from New Haven, Connecticut originally. I go there when I want to get inspired by other Italian American cooks. So going home is where it's at.
Going home is that's a
going
great
home
response.
is where it's at, man, and staying tapped in to the culture and staying tapped into the food scene.
Yeah, you haven't lost that.
Right, because I mean, like, coming here, you see the innovation and the excitement around all of these chefs and the things that they're coming up with, bro, and it's refreshing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It gives you a breath of fresh air. Like I get inspiration from other chefs
Every day.
just watching some of the things they
I'm
come
inspired
up.
by you right now.
You
What
know
you're
what I
telling
mean?
me gives me inspiration to go back now and learn more about my heritage if I can.
Yeah.
And because you're inspiring me to do that. So if we don't inspire each other, man, we're sitting here drinking beer like fools. You know what I'm saying? We'll drink beer, but we ain't fools.
No,
You know what I mean?
not by a long shot.
Not by a long shot. So you have a really unique chef coat.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got to get to
Yeah.
the chef coat.
Let's hear about this. Tell me about this.
Well, I wasn't in the military. My brother was.
Okay.
My brother's an Army veteran. He passed away a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
You know, and my girl, Miss Ave, she's a service member as well. She's here today.
Okay.
So happy Veterans Day to her and everybody.
Yeah, today's Veterans Day.
Everybody that's a
Yeah.
veteran. But the history of this jacket is she had it made for me after my brother passed. You know, I think she gave it to me as like I don't know, say a birthday or Christmas gift, and just
That's
surprised
beautiful.
me with it. She took some old uniforms and just had it made, and
Put his
in
name.
memory of James Michael Carter, man. You know, that's when he rose, that's when he fell. So
Wow.
I have a hat that kind of matches, but you know, I'm a rep bro. I'm a rep my team. You know, I try to bring him with me to all of my competitions. A lot of times when I compete, I'll bring a little candle and I'll light it. You know what I mean? Just
Sure.
and
He's there with you.
To
He's
bring
here
him
with
with
me,
you.
bro.
Yeah.
It's a great story,
So-
bro. Keep it going, man.
Yeah, bro. So
Beautiful.
that's what this jacket is all about. And shout out to I don't know who I'm looking at, but shout out to all of our service members,
Yeah.
whether it be Army, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever that is. Shout out to you guys too. But without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So
Exactly.
And I
thank
agree.
you,
I'm a
man.
veteran
Appreciate it.
myself, so
Cheers.
all
Yeah.
all
And
to the
happy
veterans.
Veterans
Good
Day
to
to
go.
you too, bro.
Thank
We
you, my
appreciate
man.
your service,
Appreciate it.
man. Thank
So-
you guys.
Let's do something fun real quick.
What's up?
Let's do something fun.
Let's get it.
the list out.
Oh, we're
What do
gonna
you
do the
think?
questions.
We're gonna do some rapid
Fire
fire
questions.
Yeah, man. We're real
Fir-
quick and fast.
First
as you
thing
can.
come to mind type deal.
First thing come to mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
They're not all that crazy, but we can go crazy
They're not
with
that
them.
crazy. You can
Alright.
take them as crazy as you
Yeah,
want.
go crazy with them, man.
So
Let's
it
spin a
could be
little miles.
kitchen.
Let's turn this
Yeah,
to
this
fun.
is-
Let's
you
do it.
know.
I ain't scared.
Let's
Let's
turn
go.
up a little bit.
Yeah, we do. We go all over the
What we
place.
got?
All right.
The one kitchen tool you can't live
Besides
without,
a knife?
besides knives.
A cast iron skillet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, first
He was in
person
it
to say
yesterday. Now I
cast
can
iron.
attest to that. I watched
Can't do
you
it.
Yes.
cook yesterday with that
I
skillet.
can't do it. Can't do it without it. We
Okay.
make some of the best cast iron in the world in South Carolina. Smithy, shout out Smithy in
Really?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay,
man.
we need to get that.
All right.
then.
Yeah, you need to
okay.
get
I'm
some
gonna
Smithy.
I want a Smithy now.
We need
Yeah.
a Smithy.
Let's
All right.
let's link up after this and get me the
We're gonna,
give me a
we're gonna
hook
get
on
their
that.
Word up.
information. All right, cool. Okay, what puts you in the mood more, the smell or the visual?
Ooh. Ooh.
We're talking about for
What we
cooking.
talking
We talk
about?
about cooking.
No, cooking. Because if we're talking about something else, it ain't gonna be the smell unless it's good.
It ain't the smell.
It'll take you out the mood. Take you out the mood. You get that twerk
man.
wind.
All right, well,
that
with that-
twerk wind hits
All right.
different though.
All right, we got off track. Could you repeat, please?
Yes, let me repeat the question. What puts you in the mood more, the visual or the smell of the dish?
To
The
create.
the
create.
the visual, man.
The visual, all right.
Because I may add something to change the smells. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Okay.
I may go to a different region of the world with it.
Okay.
I like it. Cool.
All right, the worst position in the kitchen.
Cook wise, work wise, not
Cook-wise?
Yeah. I told you these things have
Bro.
angles, man. These questions.
Fuck. On a weekend,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the salad guy, bro. Either
salad.
either salad or the prep guy.
Okay.
Not prep. Or this, I'm gonna say it's a tie between salads and apps, man.
Okay.
They're getting their head beat in
Every
all
time.
weekend.
Yeah,
every time, bro.
Every
'Cause
time.
Nothing goes down without them.
Yep.
All right, so the best position in the kitchen.
The best position in the kitchen. I'm gonna say point. Whoever's quarterback in the line.
Expo.
Expo.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
that
what I
seems to
mean?
be the crowd favorite.
I like Expo, man, because like the flow and the tone of your kitchen depends on the Expo.
Sure.
The kitchen is as strong as he is.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, he
Exactly.
knows how to sell around what and all that other shit. So Expo, bro.
I like
Word.
it. All right, your favorite ingredient you can't live without.
Ooh, good one. I want to hear this South Carolina shit
I
right
know.
here.
My favorite ingredient.
And it
I
could be
can't-
it doesn't have to be so much of a spice. Any ingredient.
Anything.
What do you like to work with?
One
the
thing you
most?
could not live without.
rice, bro.
Just rice.
Rice.
Yeah,
Rice.
I love
I was
got it,
is
right.
that, or I was gonna pull out okra.
Yeah, rice.
Yeah,
I
rice.
got. I mean, I can live without okra. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't grow up liking okra.
With some okra inside of rice, though,
You
some
know what I
tomatoes.
mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
come on,
you know,
man.
but like I gotta have rice, bro. I got to.
I
All
love
right,
it.
well, we know what your roots are.
Yeah,
so,
man.
what other cooking method intimidates you the most?
Intimidates? Nothing.
Or
Nothing
style, French,
Or
cuisine,
style.
something like that.
None of it. All of it excites me. I like doing the shit I don't know how to do. The shit I don't understand is the shit I want to learn and conquer.
Okay.
Sure.
So like, I'm not afraid. Like, when people ask me, hey, what's your favorite thing to cook? That's my answer. The shit I don't know how to cook.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Teach me something.
Yep.
That's great.
The day I stop being a student is the day I need to figure out something else to do.
Sure.
That's the
so
best
so
mindset.
I'm going to answer that question for me, and I haven't done it yet. Mine is going to be probably one of my favorite foods to eat is Thai.
Yeah.
But it also scares me to cook. Want to know why though?
What's that?
Because I can't fucking speak it. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know how to talk that language at
Yeah.
all. So the ingredients and the way to say them is what intimidates me.
Yeah.
But the food itself and the process, no, man.
It's not the food. It's the language barrier.
It's the language of it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pronouncing the stuff is like shit. Tung tang tung. I
Look, I
no
don't-
disrespect,
yeah, I don't-
but I don't know how to say it.
No, yeah.
Right. So it's
I
I
totally
love it, but
understand.
Thai food has me on another level. When I eat
might
the
have to
Thai
agree
food,
with
bro,
you on that.
I'm gonna tell you what, them flavors
Right.
and that heat,
Yeah.
and that acid.
good.
Oh man, I'm getting hungry. I was
Just the
tapped
combo,
out.
bro. Like like now. No, that might be a question, so let me shut up. Let me
No,
let y'all
no.
finish.
All
No,
right.
I'm
Okay,
wait.
okay,
Because
okay,
what I was
okay.
about to say legit might be a question.
All right, let's see.
All right. Well, we'll see. We got a few more left. All right. Your favorite fast food restaurant?
Rushes.
Okay.
Rushes. RUSH''S. That's a local burger spot we got at home.
Oh, that's
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
it's a local joint, man. Rushes is probably gonna be my favorite fast food spot.
Love
Okay,
it.
cool.
Okay. If your kitchen was a car, what kind of car would it be?
Your kitchen at work.
If my kitchen at work was a car, what would it be? 84 Chevy Monte Carlo SS with the T-tops, baby.
Oh man.
Oh,
okay, you went
nice.
deep.
Yeah.
You know your kitchen well, huh?
Love that kitchen.
With the T-tops.
That kitchen is fun.
Right, with the T-tops. We might have 412s, 215s in that thing.
I like it.
Painted
Just
out.
bumping.
Oh yeah,
That's
all
it,
right.
man.
That's your
Alright.
kitchen.
I
Okay,
like
I gotta
it.
get to your
Okay.
kitchen, bro.
Let's go.
Between
All
that
right.
and the cast iron, it's a wrap.
We're done. We're going there.
wrap.
All right. Baking, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I like
Yes.
that.
I
Quick
love
answer.
baking, man. I
Really?
mean, I'm not a baker, but I have a certain amount of desserts and things that I think I do exceptionally well, and I like to
Okay.
make them. Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
I love it.
Hit me off with one. You got to do something
Yeah.
with
What's
peaches.
your
I'm sure.
favorite? Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Well, with me being a South Carolina chef ambassador, they paired each chef ambassador with a farmer so we could do our promo video, and they paired me with a peach farmer, the largest peach farm in the Southeast.
Hold 1 second. During the harvest next year, if
Mm-hmm.
you're with this guy linked up, I want to get with you and I'm coming down there.
He
South
loves
Carolina
peaches.
peach in that hit time in that season
Mm-hmm.
to me is one of the most delicious things you
Decadent.
can have.
Come on,
Off a vine.
It starts.
I fucking love it. Man.
It starts around like I want to say June-ish. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Maybe
so
a
what's the
little before,
best time
after.
for there?
Like June, like peak peach season.
That's sweet running down your face. You
I
know what
want
mean?
to say in the summertime, man. I want to say in the middle of the summer with the watermelons, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm talking about peaches though.
I mean, around July-ish.
Okay, good.
Like,
So I'm coming. I'm
Okay,
gonna
he
make
wants
this
to.
happen.
Okay,
Listen
he's
what I'm
coming
saying.
to.
Because
Listen
South
what I'm going to do.
Carolina.
I want to come down there with the podcast, with the
Okay.
crew, and do a show on South Carolina cuisine because we found our
let's
guy.
do it.
We found
Let's
our
do it.
guy.
Because peaches, South Carolina, you know, all right, who's considered the peach state?
Georgia.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't agree.
It's
We
not.
grow more peaches than
But
Georgia.
I don't
Yeah.
agree with that because South Carolina peaches are fucking proper.
Bro,
Yeah.
we got the largest peach farm in the Southeast.
Wow.
Titan Farms is the largest peach farm in the Southeast.
Nice.
Maybe this. I think it might be the second largest in the world, next to some farm out west.
All right.
So Georgia does have its place in the peach
Georgia
world.
has
Let's
its
not
place
even
in
play.
the peach world.
Yeah.
Let's
Of course
no
it does. But
disrespect.
South Carolina peaches, to me,
You're,
Yeah, bro.
I know.
I tell
This
you
is one
what,
of your
I
favorite
love that.
things.
Yeah.
So-
So back to your original question, either a peach cobbler I can make with peaches, or one of the desserts we make at the restaurant is a croissant bread pudding with a spice rum drizzle that we make. But for that chef ambassadorship, when they paired me with my guy Jason out of Titan Farms, I took some of their peaches and I kind of caramelized, bruleed them, and baked them on top and into my my dessert. And that's actually on
Done.
my chef ambassador card, like my promo card.
Yeah.
It's
That dish
that
is on there.
dish.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
that
We're
dish.
looking
So
into
it's
that.
funny you
All
asked me
right.
that.
We
All
need
right.
that. That was a
Nah,
good
we're
question
going to
then.
South Carolina.
Okay,
Hey,
so
hey, team, we're going
Hey.
to South Carolina.
South
Hey,
Carolina.
who I'm looking at? I keep receipts. You said you coming. I keep
Oh no, we
receipts.
come with
I'm
receipts.
telling you now.
We
I
come
keep
with
like
them.
Uncle
Yeah.
Dion say. I keep receipts, man.
Yep.
Coming.
We come with them. All right. So, random. Gloves or wash your hands?
Neither.
Potato,
Neither.
Totally random.
Neither, man.
Potato,
Fuck it.
wash your hands, man.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
talking about. Wash
I'm
your
old
hands,
school. Wash
man.
your hands, man.
Keep your hands clean.
We
Yeah.
always like talking about, do you know the owner?
Yeah, gloves give the misconception of cleanliness. You know how many people I say
it don't
wear
mean
gloves?
anything.
You know how many people I see wear gloves and don't change
And don't
them?
change them. I
It's
know.
Or they
different.
change
Ain't no
them
difference.
and their hand is
The
white,
same
dripping
hand.
sweat,
Yep.
and they scratching it and put on
Put
another
it right
pair of
back.
gloves.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
right there.
come
It's
on.
trapping
It's the
it in.
misconception
It's
of
trapping
cleanliness,
it
and
in.
people
Yeah.
don't get it.
That's no good.
No.
Yeah.
The question, do you know the owner?
Yeah, I'm him.
So what about that when they come in your
When
restaurant?
they come in
and
your
do?
restaurant, how
they
many
come in
people?
and they say,
Oh, I
"Do
know
I
the
know the
owner.
Well, I mean, at my restaurant, it's like a family cheers type of thing. So everybody,
They kinda all know you
yeah, like
anyways.
50-75% of the people, they know me, whether it be from a magazine article they saw,
Okay.
a news station they saw, or being here, or just the things I do in the community.
But they don't know you like that.
They don't know me like that.
Well, that's what I get a lot. I get a lot of publicity as well. So
Yeah, so-
rewards and all that stuff and they come in and they think they know you a little bit
Yeah.
and they tell the staff they know you and then you go out there. This person knows you. They want you to come to the table.
And they're like, "Who
I
is
drop
this?"
my tongs. I go out to the table and I don't know them.
And I turn the corner, I'm like,
know
nah,
you.
I'm
Yeah.
tell them I'm busy. I'm
yeah,
busy.
yeah, I don't know because you don't know what to say and I really got to cook. I
I
really, gotta
really
get this
do.
done.
You want your food, right? All right.
Yeah.
I got a job to do. All right. And if you could cook with anyone, who would it be? Doesn't have to be
You think
famous.
it's deep?
No, I know what I
Yeah.
want to say.
Say it.
I'm
Say
just
it.
trying. No, I'm trying to pause before I cry up here in front
Oh,
of you.
got you. Okay.
My grandmother.
Go back and
Grandmother,
cook
good
with her.
one. I would love the
Yeah.
same thing.
I will go into detail, but I might start.
Yeah.
So y'all,
Yeah, well, no, we'll catch that the next round. We'll
Let's
yo,
keep going.
Listen to me. We're gonna do
But
that.
my grandma.
When we cash in on that receipt, South Carolina.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll
then.
go into that.
That's
We'll
right.
do
That's
that
where
then,
that comes
but,
in.
but my grandma,
That's
man.
be a show right there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because you show how like deeply rooted you are and
Yeah,
everything.
it's
So that
my
makes
3
sense.
F's, man.
You have-
Faith, food, and family. I don't
Yep,
break it for nobody.
That's it.
That's
Yep.
it.
And it shows.
That's what carries me, man.
Yeah,
Good,
it
good.
shows.
That's my motivation, my inspiration, my elevation, all of it, man.
All of it.
Good.
Well, I love the history. I love the history. I think that's stuff that people need to know more about.
They
We
do,
have
man.
Historians in Virginia. We've had an episode that'll be out before yours that we went over a lot of
Virginia's
things in
important
Virginia.
too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Just
Virginia was
influences.
right after us, it was Virginia as far as
Yep.
the population of slaves imported into
Yep,
this country.
yep.
So Virginia's
Tidewater
important too.
area, all
of
that
Tidewater.
watershed.
All
You know,
of
all
that,
the
bro.
oysters, the whole
harbors,
deal. Yeah.
yeah.
All of, and
Yeah.
it's oyster season back home now. Like I had oysters on my turn-in tray, so like they really needed an explanation as to why
What-
they saw
what
what they
the
saw.
combo was,
Everything that was on that plate was regional to where we are. I picked Spanish moss
Yeah.
out of the trees in Charleston.
That's amazing.
I literally picked cotton out of the fields in
Wow.
Orangeburg. You know what I mean? I had Jefferson red rice, Tiara black rice, and Carolina gold.
Yeah.
Some charred okra on there.
Well,
some
you know,
oysters.
I'm glad you're saying that. I'm a final round judge tomorrow and the next day for all the final rounds.
Okay, dope.
So I'm gonna. It helps me get the perspective to look
Mm-hmm.
at these plates and wonder, okay, there's Spanish moss in here. Maybe there's a reason
Well,
why.
look at the whole
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
like, look at it as a
Everything meant
picture.
something. Like
So-
I personally collected that. I'm in somebody's field picking their cotton.
No one's watching right now. They can't see, but see all those people down there in the red right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your food comes down the red carpet,
The
goes through this,
judges.
and that's where the judges sit. They're judging your food.
Yeah.
And it's
so without
blind
that
judging.
description,
They don't
know.
they're
know.
just looking like
Right.
what? You know what I mean? So
The
yeah.
final round judges were up on the stage,
And you
though.
get
It's a
to
different
explain
story.
it.
Yeah.
We get to talk.
Like this year is different. And years prior, when you turned it in, everybody had an opportunity to explain their dish and what they did.
Yeah.
You know, they changed the program a little bit, and I understand it. I don't feel bad about it. But just the fact that I was able to come here, I was able
And
to compete,
do it.
and I was able to share myself, my history, my family, and my heritage with essentially the world. Like I
Yeah.
won, bro.
That's-
I
You did
won.
win. We both won because I'm inspired by this. I'm really looking forward to working with you a little bit and feeling your roots
Yeah.
and learning from you, man.
Yeah, Mo, we can do it.
Because I teach people all the time. It's my job. I own 2 restaurants. I have 85 friggin' employees in the back of the house, pretty much. And I'm constantly trying to pass on the education.
Yeah.
I can't do this forever.
No,
You
bro.
know what I mean? And nobody, the people before me couldn't do it forever. And now I'm there forever. They're past there forever now. They're where they were. When they told me I can't do this forever,
Yeah.
they're past that now.
Yeah.
Now they're right. They're not
Yeah.
doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But they're counting on people like me because we still communicate, right?
Yeah.
Same with us. So we have to teach and lead on. So I want to end this thing right here, right now, because we can talk all day, man. You got a lot
swear,
to say.
bro.
So I want to end this right now by saying, what do you have to say to anyone coming up in this game, in the restaurant world? And I'm not talking about everyone who has that dream of being this big fancy chef. I'm talking about the motherfuckers in the struggle right now, trying to bear with the fact they're in the restaurant world and they're questioning it. but you know they shouldn't because they got it.
Yeah.
What do you tell them?
Sometimes it's not about quitting. It's not about giving up, bro. It's about learning how to pivot. Like what you're doing right now, it might not be working right now, but you may need to switch it up a little bit. Don't give up on it. Like if you have some dreams or some ideas, not dreams, but if you have some ideas you were thinking about, but are kind of on the fence on, if it's in here, bro, or ma'am, if it's in here and you feel it and it resonates with you, follow it. Because that's when you start to gain momentum. That's when you start to get money. Don't chase the money. You know what I mean? Chase your passion for and your love for this business, for this industry, for this game. Because if you don't have a passion for it and if you don't love it, it's not gonna work. Because it's hard, it's rough, it's difficult. You know what I mean? You need a good support system. You need all of those things. So stay focused, keep going, learn how to pivot, and lean on your support system. You got to have one.
Right on, bro. I appreciate that. And that's exactly what I tell people. We feel the same way, and that's why we are where we are. And pivoting is the hugest thing in this industry because this industry is always pivoting on your ass.
Always, bro.
And if you ain't paying attention, it's going to pivot you right out the back.
The automation, the AI is coming, guys. It started to hit the kitchen, you know what I mean? But, like, it's really going to start to come full circle here in the next 5 to 10 years, man. Yeah. So really start to get serious about what you're doing, man.
Pay attention to your hands.
Pay
the
attention.
Burnt hands perspective for a reason. Automation, AI, they can't get burnt. And if you don't get burnt, you don't learn. We can always stay ahead by that. We can beat animation. We can do it. The automated shit we can beat because these hands have to do it.
You do.
And like you said, all that history you talked and all the history I know and what she knows in her industries, everything we talk about comes from here, in the here in the heart. And like you said, don't worry about the money. If your passion is what you're following, the money's going to come.
It'll come.
Yeah. It'll come. Don't worry about the money.
Yeah, chase the vision.
Put
Chase
that
your
out
heart.
there, right?
Chase your heart, your vision, man.
My man, pleasure meeting you.
Cheers,
Chef
man.
Chris,
I appreciate you guys,
Chris in
man.
the
Thank y'all
house.
for having me, man.
We're checking out right
amazing.
now.
Pleasure. Thank you.
We'll see you in South Carolina, bro. We're going to catch up
We're
on
coming
that.
down.
I got that
The team's
receipt.
going to hold me to it.
We're
Look,
going.
Skylar's
South
over there. Look,
Carolina.
Skylar's over there
Coming
saying,
in
we
hot.
going. Right? All right,
love
cool.
it.
All right.
All right.
Ciao for now, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right.